Welcome back, my YouTube channel subscribers, to Big Bill Anderson's Life Tours. I am here at the Potter's Field section of the Pioneer Cemetery in Glenwood Springs, Colorado, on the 20th of October 2019. I am here at the gravesite of Alexander Logan, known as Kid Curry. He was an American outlaw who rode with Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and the infamous Wild Bunch gang. He reputedly killed more than 9 law enforcement officers and 2 other men during his career, robbing trains and various banks around the Southwest. On June 7th, 1904, Kid Curry was tracked down by a posse outside Parachute, Colorado, which is about 45 miles west of here, and was wounded in a gunfight. And rather than be taken alive, he shot himself in the head, committing suicide. He was only 36 years old, so I wanted to bring you this location of an infamous Western bad guy and put this on my YouTube channel. It's starting to actually snow here in the mountains in Colorado, but I am here braving the weather for you, my fans and friends that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. You can see the snowflakes landing on my shoulder as we talk, and I had to climb a mountain to come up here. Back this way is where Doc Holliday is laid to rest, and right here is Kid Curry, famous, or I should say probably infamous, outlaw from the old Wild West days. So my friends, thank you for subscribing to my channel. Please like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. I'm going to tell you all about the life of Kid Curry. Stay with me, my friends. Thank you.
Harvey Alexander Logan was born in 1867 in Richland Township, Iowa. His mother died in 1876, and his brothers, Hank, Johnny, and Lonnie, moved to Dodson, Missouri to live with their aunt. Until at least 1883, Harvey made his living breaking horses on the Crossell Ranch near Rising Star, Texas. While there, he met and befriended a man named Flat-Nosed George Curry, from whom he took his last name. His brothers soon adopted the same last name. The Logan brothers were known as hard workers until they got paid. Money did not stay in their pockets very long. They all had a taste for alcohol and women. Kid Curry would often return from a train or bank robbery, get drunk, and lay up with ladies of the night until his share of the take was gone. After Kid Curry became famous, the prostitutes would frequently name him as the father when they became pregnant. The children were referred to as Curry Kids. It is believed that Kid Curry was credited with as many as 85 children, though the number of children he actually fathered was probably fewer than 5. Descendants of the Curry Kids remain scattered throughout Eastland, Texas, and the surrounding area to this day. In 1883, Curry rode as a cowboy on a cattle drive to Pueblo, Colorado. While in Pueblo, he was involved in a saloon brawl. To avoid arrest, he fled, settling in southern Wyoming, where he began work at the Circle Diamond Ranch. By all accounts, when sober, Curry was a mild-mannered, likable, and loyal to both his friends and his brothers. The events that changed the course of his life began when his brother Hank and friend Jim Thornhill bought a ranch at Rock Creek, Montana. The ranch was near the site of a mine strike made by a local miner and lawman, Powell Pike Landusky. Landusky, according to some reports of the day, confronted Curry and attacked him, believing Curry was involved romantically with Landusky's daughter, Elfie. Landusky then filed assault charges against Curry, who was arrested. 2 friends of Curry's, A.S. Lohman and Frank Plunkett, paid a $500 bond for Curry's release. Landusky's daughter Elfie later claimed it was Curry's brother Lonnie with whom she had been involved. However, the confession came much too late. On December 27, 1894, Curry caught Landusky at a local saloon and hit Landusky, stunning him. Curry, evidently believing the fight was over, began walking away. Landusky pulled his pistol and began threatening Curry, who was unarmed. Curry's friend and brother's partner, Jim Thornhill, gave Curry his pistol. Landusky's gun jammed and Curry shot him dead. Curry was arrested but was released at an inquest when it was judged that he acted in self-defense. However, a formal trial was set. Curry believed he would not get a fair trial because the judge was close friends with Landusky. For this reason, Curry left town. Curry started riding with outlaw Tom Blackjack Ketchum. Pinkerton detectives began trailing Curry shortly after his departure from Montana. In January of 1896, Curry received word that an old friend of Landusky's, rancher James Winters, had been spying on him for the reward in his arrest. Curry and two of his brothers, Johnny and Lonnie, went to Winters' ranch to confront him. A shootout erupted. Johnny was killed while Curry and Lonnie escaped. Shortly after Curry and Lonnie argued with Blackjack Ketchum over the take in the train robbery, the two brothers left the gang. The brothers then received employment on a cattle ranch arranged by their cousin, Bob Lee, near Sand Gulch, Colorado. Curry, Lonnie, Walt Putnam, and George Curry formed their own gang around this time. Curry temporarily left Colorado, intending to scout good targets for potential robberies. On April 15, 1897, Curry was reportedly involved in the killing of Deputy Sheriff William Dean of Powder River, Wyoming, as he and his gang gathered fresh horses on a ranch in the Powder River Basin. After this, he returned to Colorado to ranch where he was working. By June of 1897, the cowboy job had ended, and Curry ventured north with the rest of the gang. They robbed a bank in Belfort, South Dakota, and met resistance outside the bank from the townspeople. One of their friends, Tom O'Day, was captured when his horse spooked and ran away without him. The others escaped, but while planning a second robbery, a posse from town caught up with them in Fergus County, Montana. During a shootout, Curry was shot through the wrist and his horse was shot out from under him, resulting in his capture. George Curry and Walt Putnam were also captured. All three were held in the Deadwood, South Dakota jail, but only briefly. They overpowered the jailer and all escaped. They headed back into Montana and robbed two post offices. During this time, Curry began riding with Butch Cassidy's Wild Bunch gang. On June 2nd of 1899, the gang robbed the Union Pacific Railroad Overland Flyer passenger train near Wilcox, Wyoming, a robbery that became famous. Many notable lawmen of the day took part in the hunt for the robbers, but they were not captured. During one shootout with lawmen following that robbery, Kid Curry and flat-nosed George Curry shot and killed Converse County Sheriff Joe Hazen. Tom Horn, a noted killer for hire and contract employee of the Pinkerton Agency, obtained information from explosives expert Bill Speck that identified George Curry and Kid Curry as Hazen's murderers, which Horn passed on to Pinkerton detective Charlie Siringo. Siringo had been assigned the task of bringing in the outlaw gang. He became friends with Elfie Landusky. Elfie was using the last name Curry, alleging that Lonnie Curry had got her pregnant. Through her, Siringo intended to locate the gang. Siringo changed his name to Charles L. Carter, disguised himself as an on-the-run gunman, and began mingling with people who might know the Currys, becoming friends with Jim Thornhill. However, Kid Curry was hiding in Robber's Roost, another hideout used by the Wild Bunch in the remote canyon country of Utah. Curry then went to Alma, New Mexico with Cassidy and others, intending to hide out for a while. On July 11, 1899, while working at the W.S. Ranch, Curry robbed a Colorado and Southern Railroad train near Folsom, New Mexico, with gang members L.Z. Lay and Sam Ketchum, the brother of Tom Blackjack Ketchum. A posse led by Colorado Sheriff Ed Farr cornered the gang near an area called Turkey Creek, which resulted in 2 gun battles over a period of 4 days. Lay and Ketchum were both wounded and later captured, with Lay killing the sheriff and mortally wounding Deputy Henry Love in the process. Ketchum died from his wounds days later while in custody, and Lay received a life sentence for the murders. Curry escaped, but he and Cassidy and other members of the gang were forced to leave New Mexico. Curry traveled to San Antonio, where he stayed briefly. While there, he met prostitute Della Moore, with whom he became romantically involved. At the time of their meeting, she was working in Madame Fanny Porter's brothel, which was a regular hideout for the Wild Bunch gang. On February 28, 1900, lawmen attempted to arrest Lonnie Curry at his aunt's home. Lonnie was killed in the shootout that followed, and his cousin Bob Lee was arrested for rustling and sent to prison in Wyoming. Kid Curry was now the last surviving Logan brother. Meanwhile, Curry was identified in St. John's, Arizona, being from the Wilcox robbery. Local Apache County Sheriff Edward Beeler gathered a posse and began tracking Curry, who was accompanied by Bill News Carver. The posse shot it out with Curry and Carver. Curry and Carver killed Deputy Andrew Gibbons and Deputy Frank LeSueur. Kid Curry rode into Utah and killed Grant County Sheriff Jesse Tyler and Deputy Sam Jenkins in a brazen shootout in Moab, Utah. Both killings were in retaliation for Tyler and Jenkins having killed George Curry and his brother Lonnie. Curry then returned to the Wild Bunch. On August 29, 1900, they robbed a Union Pacific train number 3 near Tipton, Wyoming, from which newspaper stories claimed the gang got more than $55,000. The gang again split up, with Kid Curry and Ben Kilpatrick heading south to Fort Worth, Texas, while Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and Bill Carver immediately pulled off another robbery in Winnemucca, Nevada. Serengo, still working the case for the Pinkertons, was in Circleville, Utah, where Butch Cassidy had been raised. Curry rejoined the gang, and they hit a Great Northern train near Wagner, Montana on July 3rd. This time they took over $60,000 in cash. Gang member Bill Carver was killed in Sonora, Texas, by Sutton County Sheriff Elijah Bryant during the pursuit following that robbery. Again, the gang split up. In October of 1901, Della Moore was arrested in Nashville, Tennessee, for passing money tied to an earlier robbery involving Curry. On December 13th, Kid Curry shot Knoxville, Tennessee policeman William Dinwiddle and Robert Saylor in a shootout and escaped. Despite being pursued by Pinkerton agents and other law enforcement officials, Curry returned to Montana, where he shot and killed rancher James Winters, who was responsible for the killing of his brother Johnny years before. Curry then traveled back to Knoxville. In a pool hall on November 30th, 1902, Curry was captured after a lengthy physical fight with lawmen. Curry was convicted of robbery, but because facts in the murder of the 2 policemen were not definite and no witnesses would testify, he received a sentence of 20 years of hard labor and a $5,000 fine. On June 27, 1903, Curry escaped. Rumors that a deputy had received an $8,000 bribe to allow his escape spread, but that was never proven. On June 7, 1904, Kid Curry was tracked down by a posse outside of Parachute, Colorado. Curry and 2 others had robbed a Denver and Rio Grande train outside Parachute. As they escaped, they stole fresh horses. The next morning, when they discovered their horses had been stolen, ranch owner Gardner and the neighbor set out in pursuit of the gang. They joined up with a posse and continued tracking the outlaws. The gang shot Gardner's and his neighbor's horses out from under them. Gardner found cover while his neighbor started running. Kid Curry took aim at the neighbor and Gardner shot Curry. The wounded Curry decided to end it at that time and fatally shot himself in the head to avoid capture. The other two robbers escaped. The rifle Gardner used is still in the family today. Rumors persist that Curry was not killed in parachute and was misidentified, having actually departed for South America with Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Charlie Siringo resigned from the Pinkertons, believing they had gotten the wrong man. Philip Pine played Kid Curry in the episode Kid Curry on the TV series Tales of Wells Fargo in 1959. Ted Cassidy played Curry in the 1969 film Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, starring Paul Newman and Robert Redford. Ben Murphy portrayed a fictionalized Kid Curry in the 1970s television show Alias Smith and Jones. Curry appears in the video game Call of Juarez, Gunslinger, and is a boss-level dual opponent. Also in 2015, Rocky Mountain Distilling Bottling, located in West Valley City, Utah, began producing Kid Curry vodka. In 2016, Kid Curry Silver Rum was released by the same company. So my friends, Kid Curry is buried here at the Pioneer Cemetery overlooking Glenwood Springs, Colorado, just a couple hundred yards away from fellow gunfighter Doc Holliday's memorial grave. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. And hit that notification bell so you can be notified of future videos. And my friends, thank you for all the new subscribers to my channel, Big Bill Anderson's Life Tours. Got a lot more plans in the future for some traveling and doing some more locations of infamy. Stay with me, my friends, and adios, amigos, for now.